Well, hello, everybody. Welcome. It's telling me that I have to free up some storage space or this will not be recorded. So, everybody, do you know Zach from Wolves and Finance? This is Zach. So, say hello if you don't know it. If you're not subscribed to his channel, please do. Welcome, everybody. We're going to be talking about the Trump verdict and all that hooey going on. I'm going to free up some space. Zach has something to show you, though. So, you want to tell him about your website? Real quick,
Yeah,
Zach?
well, before we jump into everything, I just wanted to let everybody know if you guys want to see more of Wolves and Finance, I have my own YouTube channel. So that's the best way you can support me. Subscribe to Wolves and Finance. Also, subscribe to Just Jen. But both of us struggle with demonetization because we are both committed to speaking the truth. And these days, the truth can get you into a lot of trouble. So, are you still demonetized on YouTube, Jen?
Yes, and the quartering just
No.
got demonetized as well today.
Yeah, I saw that. Well, not his main channel. His second, he
No.
has a secondary channel.
Well,
But
the thing
still,
is, if they demonetize one channel, they will demonetize the other ones.
yeah. So it's like things are getting really tough out there. So Just Jen has a Patreon. If you want to support her, definitely go to her Patreon, check it out. I have my own website, which is my version of Patreon at wolvesandfinance.com. So you can go there for $6 a month. That's how I support my channel. And I wanted to pull it up, actually, if you can throw it up on the screen.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah,
Zach.
we just updated my website. And what it is if you're a member, you can go into the news feed. And it is like my own version of Facebook. So you can come in, everybody has a profile, you can post and talk about different things. I have exclusive videos here on the side. And so yeah, it's I think I don't know. We live in really scary times. And so I wanted to make sure that I had a place where I could talk to my members where we have freedom of speech. And that's wolvesandfinance.com. So this is the best way to support me. Memberships are $6 a month. And, and Jen does the same thing over on Patreon.
Yep.
So our plan for today is we're going to talk about the very important topic of Donald Trump's verdict. So we're going to do a live stream for an hour today. And then we're going to do a second show, a pre-recorded show after this. And it's going to be available here on this website, wolvesandfinance.com, as well as Just Jen's Patreon. So if you're a member of either our sites, you'll get to see the second after show where we talk about stuff that is too spicy to talk about on YouTube.
Yes. I like that plan. And we were just talking before we clicked on here. Excuse me, you guys. I just like ate Wendy's and we're going to talk about the uncensored stuff. Like Zach has it all mapped out, but me, I'm over here like, I don't know what we're going to be talking about. It is going to be some spicy stuff. So
we got some juicy stuff to talk about.
I can't wait. All right. So Zach, I got literally a text message from you last night after the hoopla going on, the record-breaking news, the day that the Democrats dreaded, finding Trump guilty on 34 counts. And right afterwards, you were like, hey, we should do this. And I was like, hell yeah, we should. And I'm glad you did because I wouldn't rather do it with anybody else than you.
Yeah, well, so this is our third live stream together. And I don't know, like, I think our live streams are so much fun. Like, I loved hearing what you have to say about, like, what's going on with this stuff. And so I heard the news yesterday and I was like, I got to do a live stream on this on Friday. Or wait, is it Friday today? Yeah, it's Friday. I got to do a live stream on Friday. But then I was like, it would be so much better if I could just do it with Just Jen. So here we are. Thank you for agreeing to do this with me. But this is this has been so huge. I need to talk about this, and I want to hear what you have to say.
Oh, I have lots to say on this one. Yes, I did put my extensions back in. I feel naked without them sometimes, but yes, I did, Lisa. Hi.
Your hair looks great, by the way.
Thank you. Some Russian had to sacrifice her beautiful locks for me. I'm not mad.
So my first question for you really is, can you take me back to like what you were thinking when you first heard the news yesterday? Like
Yeah,
going
I
through
knew it. I
like
knew it was going to happen.
what were you doing?
I was actually watching Benny Johnson live. I'm always on his streams. I find them so fun. They're so
He's good.
entertaining.
He's really good.
He really is. So I was watching live with Benny Johnson, and I had seen the closing arguments posted on Twitter the night before. So I was like, and verbatim, and I posted them all over like, this is rigged. This is what's going to happen. So don't anybody expect a hung jury. Don't anybody expect a not guilty, because I've been saying this since the jury poll had been sourced through and everything else. And I knew from get go. I get my news from CNN, but I also watch Fox News. I don't have any strong feelings about Trump. I knew from day one that the jurors were all biased, and I think this, in my humble opinion, I seriously think that they have been given some money, and so I knew that he was going to be found guilty. And the prosecutor said, the judge is going to tell you what to do, and you need to find him guilty on 34 counts. And so they did. I was watching it, and I was praying, but being that I've been in the justice system myself, you always go in hoping for the best, but you have to expect the worst. And if you don't prepare yourself like that, well, things can go either way. The judge, come on. Already we knew he could have recused himself. Steve Bannon's judge, he could have said, well, a more responsible judge would have said, you know what? My daughter worked for the Biden Harris campaign. She's making a shit ton of money lobbying for his conviction. I should probably recuse myself. But he refused. He absolutely refused. So I knew. So, I mean, that's how I found out. And, you know, even though he's guilty in the court's eyes, he is not guilty in my eyes.
So you weren't surprised at all when
None.
you heard.
Mm-mm. Nope.
It was just like it was just like expected, I guess.
Yep. I would have been shocked if he would have been found not guilty. Then I would have been like, oh.
So my experience was completely different because I was shocked. I mean, I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting at least a hung jury.
I knew.
If not to have the whole thing thrown out, because from my perspective, I've been paying close attention to this trial. I did a whole video on it, going through all the details and all the legalese, and for their main witness to be Michael Cohen, who is a convicted perjurer and who was caught lying on the stand during his testimony, and who confessed to stealing $30,000 from Trump. I mean, this is a bad guy with a completely not credible testimony. The whole case revolves around his testimony.
That's your star witness, the guy that did prison time for perjury. That's your star witness. I thought, when they pick those guys, don't they have to pick based off your credibility?
Yeah. Well, no, so that's what I thought. I thought the jury was going to say, okay, the whole case falls apart if you discount Michael Cohen's testimony. So therefore, he's not guilty. That's what I was expecting. And that's not what happened.
In a normal world, yes.
Yeah. So I was watching the news feed all day, the news, just trying to see if the jury would come back and what would they say. And then I saw the New York Times headline pop up, Trump guilty on all charges.
They had all those printed out, Zach. That was all ready to go. Just click send.
I felt like someone kicked me in the stomach.
Yeah. I felt kicked in the balls too, but I don't have none.
I don't know. I was shocked. I wasn't expecting it. Like, how did you know it was going to happen?
I saw the closing arguments from the prosecutor the night before. I knew it. Yeah, I posted on my community post. I said, this is rigged. This is what we better expect tomorrow. And I know some people believed it. Some people didn't want to believe it. A lot of people are in denial because this is our justice system. We're supposed to have faith that the jurors of your peers will get it right, that the jury will get it right. But they also found OJ Simpson not guilty. They also found Casey Anthony not guilty. Juries get it wrong, and that's what the appeals process is for. But did you see who's going to be in charge of his appeal? He's screwed.
What are you talking about?
So, like 94% of the appellate judges are black women, and they 99% of the time vote for Democrat.
I saw that. I saw
Yes.
that. I have a. You know what? I saw that picture going around Twitter.
Hmm. So how is
Hold
it
on.
that
Hold on. Hold on.
how is it that
I'm
Michael
pull-
Cohen was able to, on the stand, admit to stealing $30,000 from the Trump organization and not be held, not only in contempt of court, but also what you say can and will be used against you in a court of law based on our Miranda rights. If you admit to committing a crime while on the stand in open court, he should have been charged. I think they gave him blanket immunity, and he knew if Trump was going to get back in office, he was going down. So I think a lot of people do, and by any means necessary, they will put him through all of these court cases to keep him tied up in court, keep him off the campaign trail, keep his money, get, because Alina Habba and all of these other lawyers that he has, they ain't cheap. So this is just disgusting anymore, Zach. It really is. I want to show you this guy's picture while you're looking. Look at this. What do you think when you see this man?
Oh my gosh.
Tell me what you guys in the comments. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you guys see Juan Mershon? I would like to know. I'll highlight some of your comments too, you guys. Thank you, Dina. Yes, yes. Pamela, yes. He's not.
All right, I got it. I got it. It's on my.
All right. Where? Oh, you got it?
Yeah, it's on my screen.
It's on your screen. Your Wolves and Finances.
No, I changed it. Or.
No. Here, let me remove it. There we go. Just remove that and then put it there. I'll remove mine too. There we go. Stop screen. Okay. Yeah, he's
I gotta share every tab. I see.
dude. Judge Juan Mershon is not white. He's Cuban. He's from Cuba. All right. There you go. There you go. Kindly
Okay,
explain
so
to
look at this
everybody what
title.
this is.
Trump's oral argument appeal may be in front of the first all-black woman appellate bench.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the people that will decide whether Donald Trump can appeal the decision. He's screwed.
Yeah, he's effed with a capital F. But the good thing about this is that, you know, he can, the appeal might take up to a year. So go ahead, get him in, get him in. I think that the Republicans are trying to install Nikki Haley. That's why she's still over in Jerusalem right now, or not Jerusalem, Israel. I think that's what they're trying to do. But if they knew what was good for them, they would just say before the RNC, because his sentencing date is July 11th. It's coincidentally 3 days before the RNC. I think the Republicans should just say, you know what? We're just going to give him the nomination right now.
Yeah, I agree. They need to change, move up that date or something. So
Yeah.
and just announce that he's the nominee.
I don't know what they're
he's
doing.
already the nominee because he's
Right.
got the votes. But so they just need
Exactly.
to make it formal.
Yes. And you know what? I've seen Jim Jordan, JD Vance come out, Marjorie Taylor Greene come out for him. Speaker Johnson actually came out, but I see a lot of strong wording, strong worded letters, and what I want to see you guys do something about this. Jim Jordan, I think in 2 weeks, has Alvin Bragg coming to testify regarding the verdict in this Trump case. So he's going to be going to the Judiciary Committee. I just want to know, why did they let it get this far? uniparty or not, because I'm over here like, we got America First candidates saying like this should have never happened. Marjorie Taylor Greene has been, as much as as many chances as she gets, she says something. Like Goldman, why was Goldman's mother in the courtroom? That is actually one of the high donors for Judge Merchan's daughter. Like, why? What are we doing? Pay-per-view for the highest donor? We can't get into the Trump case. The public can't see it. So the media can't see it, the public can't see it, but you're giving ringside seats to your top donors? Like, that's crazy. That sounds crazy to me.
Yeah, that sounds a little corrupt.
Yeah.
I keep going back. What bothers me the most is that we still don't know what the crime is.
Right. Nobody
He's
knows what.
convicted. He's convicted, and no one knows what he's convicted of.
Right.
Like,
What are
that's
the
the most.
charges?
So I think we just need to talk about it so that this point doesn't get lost
Lost
to
in the-
history.
Yeah.
But like, he was charged for falsifying business records, which is a misdemeanor. It's like a traffic ticket. Okay.
Right.
And for them to take it from a misdemeanor to a felony, there had to be a second higher crime. And so, but they've never identified what that higher crime is.
Because they don't have one. They're
Because they don't have
weaponizing it.
one. And so the judge instructed the jury that they don't have to agree on what the higher crime is in order to find him guilty. So it's
Right.
like he was just found guilty of 34 felonies when nobody knows what the crime is.
What the hell are the felonies, dude?
Yeah, it like that is the craziest thing to me.
Right. You know what? I think I really do. It boggles my mind. The Department of Justice would not prosecute. The FBI declined to follow charges. The federal prosecutors, the felony courts declined to prosecute. Alvin Bragg at one point declined to prosecute. Well, that has changed. That has changed. It's crazy. But look at the January 6th, the prisoners from January 6th. They're sitting in prison without being charged. Due process has been like, they're looking at our Constitution and going, we don't care about your constitutional rights. We are in a two-tiered system.
Yeah, if anybody, so I've been following the January 6th trials pretty closely, and it's so sad what's going on there. I mean, it's just what happened to Donald Trump has been happening for the last 3 years to all the January 6 people. I mean, these are people who are innocent, and they're coming up with crimes to charge them with. These are people who were waved into the Capitol by the police, and they're being charged like they're terrorists or something.
Yeah.
And they're being brought up in front of Democrat judges and Democrat juries who just want to destroy their lives. The same thing that happened to Donald Trump. And it's just, like, this has been going on for 3 years. I don't know why I was so shocked that this happened to Trump, because I've been like, I've been so disgusted that this is happening. When ever since January 6th, we've had so many incidents with Democrats doing the same things.
Everything they charged Donald Trump with, that's what they did. That's what they're doing, and that's what they did.
How many times have Democrats gone into the Capitol and staged sit-ins and sat in on people's offices? And remember, there was that Democrat congressman,
Rashida Tlaib. Yes, sir.
Well, there's one guy who pulled a fire alarm.
Hakeem Jeffries.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't Hakeem Jeffries. That was oh God, what was his name? You guys got to help me out with this. Oh, shit.
What they're charging the January 6 people with is obstructing a official proceeding. How is pulling a fire alarm to stop a vote not the exact same thing?
Right.
Nothing happened to that Democrat, and these January 6 people are going to prison.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so disgusting. I mean, it's just so corrupt. And the fact that all of these people are being targeted and attacked for their political views is just so shocking.
Ah, there, Jamal Bowman. That was his
Oh,
name. Thank
yeah,
you,
yeah.
guys. Thank you, Pamela. Jamal Bowman. Rashida Tlaib actually had people storming the Capitol and the DNC, and they were lighting it on fire and everything else. And yes, 2 different times, actually, Rashida Tlaib did that. So, and not one of her cronies was arrested. Not one of them are sitting in prison without charges. Yeah, this is a 2-tiered system. It's rigged against conservatives. That's why big tech and social media is also rigged against the conservatives, the content creators. If you are conservative, you have a target on your back.
It's really scary.
It really is.
Let me ask you this. So now Trump is convicted. He's guilty.
Not in my eyes. Sorry.
What sentence do you think he's going to get? You already mentioned he's going to be sentenced in July.
Oh, that's a
This
tough
is
one,
it's
man.
completely up to the judge's discretion, I think.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Within limits. So the judge decides what the sentence is going to be. What do you think he's going to decide?
I think Alvin Bragg is going to do 4 years per, and they're going to probably run it concurrently, or that's what probably it's going to be his recommendations. I think Judge Merchan is going to go against Alvin Bragg and hammer Trump and give him, I don't know. I think nothing, I can't put anything past him. I think what they should do is say, you know what, man, okay, we got you convicted. Well, we're going to give you probation, but I don't think that's going to be the case. If they do, they're going to give him house arrest. There's so many different things that can go, but I honestly think that Judge Merchan hates Trump so badly that he wants him in prison so that they could exterminate him.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
I agree. So there's 34 felony counts. And if each count is 4 years in prison, that's 136 years in prison if he gets the maximum. Now, if you're saying serve concurrently, you think Alvin Bragg's going to say serve concurrently, so he'd serve 4 years for all of them.
Yeah.
But
if they ran them concurrently, but they could run them consecutively, like you were just saying.
I think this judge is going to throw the book at Trump.
So do I.
I think he's going to say 100 years in prison. And I keep hearing all these people on the news saying, "Oh, they're never going to send Trump to prison. They would never sentence him to prison." The newscasters are all saying that, and I'm just like, and a bunch of YouTubers are saying that too.
They're doing that on purpose.
You need to wake up, people. They're sending him to prison. They want to send him to prison. Like, what better way to keep him off the campaign trail?
Exactly.
This is all about election interference. They want to stop him from campaigning. They're going to stick him in prison. And if they can stick him in prison for 4 years, even if he wins, this is New York jail. So they're going to try and keep him in New York jail for the 4 years of his presidency. And just think if that happens.
He'd be running the country via the JPay system.
Well, I mean, if you're in jail, like, they control your life. So, like, let's say he's doing something and New York doesn't like what he's doing as president. They can just say, we're going to put you in solitary confinement, Trump, until you do what we want as New Yorkers. Like, just the constitutionality of it is just mind blowing.
They don't care about our Constitution, or else they would have never done this and used Michael Cohen. And the letter, what about the letter from Stormy Daniels that said, hey, listen, there was no hush money because there wasn't an affair. Yeah. Where was that? The judge said, no, the defense is not allowed to admit that into evidence. Why? It's disgusting. And the man was not given the right to defend himself. They put a gag order on him. Gag order. What the hell do you mean he can't say anything about this case? Why? Because you guys know you're shady. You know you're hiding stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he got a gag order and no one else got a gag order. That's ridiculous.
Exactly.
Michael Cohen was on TikTok doing TikTok live streams about the case. He doesn't get a gag order and Trump gets a gag order. That is so crooked. Man.
That makes no fucking sense. Pardon my French. It doesn't. It makes no damn sense. You know, and I feel like this is absolute This is tyranny. This is communism. This is, guess what? We're going to tell you who you can and cannot vote for. And America should be pissed.
Yeah, I agree. Let me ask you this question. Do you think this is going to backfire on the Democrats? Because, like, it's clear that the Democrat strategy is we're going to formally get him convicted of a felony, and then say, that this is a felon. You can't vote for a felon. And they think that will sway voters, enough voters. They just need a few. They just need a few voters to be swayed because he's now a felon. Do you think that strategy is going to work and win the Democrats, win Joe Biden the presidency, or do you think it's going to backfire on the Democrats?
Yes, absolutely. Trump raised $56 million in 24 hours. $56 million. He's gone up 6 points in the polls already. And look, as a convicted felon myself, who I once was, but because of Trump signing the First Step Act, I was able to close the door on my past. Let me tell you something. He just got more relatable to the people in America that have had felony charges slapped on them unknowingly, unconstitutionally. Anybody and everybody who has been screwed over by the justice system just automatically became a Trump fan, and they are pissed. Black America is waking up, and that is something that they never wanted. This is why the CIA has been constantly flooding their culture with liquor stores, dispensaries. The crack epidemic happened on purpose. The rap music, the abortion clinics that are only in the hood. They have been trying to keep the Black community down for so long, and when the hell the levee's going to break, and they're going to say enough is enough. And I think this was it. This is absolutely was the nail in the coffin for them. You can't tell people who they can and cannot vote for. That is by far one of the worst things that you could do to an American. It's disgusting. So I think it's they fucked up.
Did you see the footage from the rally that Trump did in the Bronx? And it was clear that people from all races were supporting that man.
Yes, I watched all of them. I will either watch on RSBN, because Right Side Broadcasting is a really good YouTube channel. They are they're very pro-Trump. And also Benny Johnson, I'll watch him a lot. I have a lot of YouTubers that I absolutely adore. Lou Valentino was there. He was on Fox Business and everything. He got on Benny Johnson. AOC came out and said, I don't want you. The Bronx doesn't want you. So go back to court. And boy, oh boy, I actually have the Bronx. I have a clip of him. Would you like to see it?
Sure.
Okay. This is how the Bronx reacted to AOC. And this lady looks like a Hispanic woman, black, white, brown, everybody was there. So here's how the Bronx feels, because she said that Trump was busing people in from New Jersey. She's a liar.
Where are you from?
The Bronx, actually.
I'm originally from the Bronx and from New York.
I'm from the Bronx.
Right here in the Bronx, New York. This is home, right here.
AOC says if you're not a Democrat, you don't belong here in the Bronx. Right. What do you say?
I disagree with that.
I don't think she should be here in the Bronx.
Look, AOC, look at the tremendous support for Mr. Donald J. Trump. You need to tell her that she need to stay out the Bronx, because look at all the people around. Everybody's here for Trump. I am a Democrat, and I belong here.
Who are you voting for?
Donald J. Trump.
What has AOC done for the Bronx?
She's done nothing for the Bronx. Nothing's changed. Nothing's gotten any better.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Let her come to the Bronx and let her come among us people that struggle. She doesn't even know what struggle is.
No, she doesn't. She's worth millions and millions of dollars now, from a waitress that brought nothing to the table to a politician that, again, brought nothing to the table, nothing to her community. This is her district.
I think it's so great to see all these people coming together with different racial backgrounds, and it doesn't matter with Trump.
This is unity.
And
The
it's
MAGA
it's
movement
unity.
is unity.
Everything that Obama promised us never materialized. Like he did the opposite of creating racial unity or racial harmony.
Did you
Like,
hear the new Netflix movie that he produced, and it's called Civil War, and it is all about not trusting the white man, and it's more racial division.
that is awful. Yeah, I mean,
He is
Obama
awful.
did nothing to bring racial unity, and we're seeing it happen under Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's such an amazing part. That's a really unexpected and amazing part of his campaign.
That is because everything that they said about Trump to attack him in any way to get people to not vote for him. He's a racist. No, he isn't. He's a fascist. No, he isn't. He's going to be dictator on day one. Anything they try to do to this man, he's like the Energizer Bunny. He just keeps going. And the more that they mess with him, the more popular he gets, because people are seeing that, hey man, they're putting a lot of time, money, and energy into slandering Trump. Not, hey, look, this is what I'm going to do to make America better for you guys. Oh, we're going to go rebuild Gaza on your taxpayers' dimes. That's the latest one.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold up. So yeah, tell me that we need to get new leaders in there without telling me we need new leaders in there if you're going to constantly put America last. So people are sick of it. They're fed up with it. And I'm glad to see people are absolutely standing up for it. Did you see Joe Biden's reaction?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Lord have mercy. I have it here. And
Yeah, put it up.
I do have it here. And
It's
I have
infuriating.
the picture. It really is. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet, but holy shit balls of fire. I was pissed. And I have the angle of him. He turns and he smiles. The most evil grin. Like, I know, I just did that. A couple of months before President Trump had, I think it was right as he announced his bidding for presidency again, Joe Biden came on national television and said, we will make sure he cannot run for president again. And look what they've done. Yep, here it is, you guys. I want you to take a nice, hearty, long look at what the reaction was.
Mr. President, can you tell us, sir, Donald Trump refers to himself as a political prisoner and blames you directly. What's your response to that, sir?
What an evil grin.
Wow. Can we do it one more time?
But he knows exactly what is going on here.
One more time for people who blinked.
Mr. President, can you tell us, sir, Donald Trump refers to himself as a political prisoner and blames you directly. What's your response to that, sir?
That was a look of, I just weaponized the whole justice system, and not one American in this country should trust it.
This is a sitting president who is putting his opponent, his political opponent, in prison. That's what that face said to me.
Every world leader just saw that. Every other world leader just saw that.
Yeah. So I think, I agree with you. I think this is going to backfire on the Democrats. And I got to tell you, just from my experience, I was describing, when I heard the news, I was shocked. And I don't know if you felt this way, but when I heard the news, I felt like I had this burst of energy.
Yes.
I had to, my brain just started going and figuring, okay, this danger, what can I do as a person to fight for what's right here? And you know what? It's like a fight or flight response. I had a fight or flight response, but I had the fight response.
Yes.
I heard the news and it just filled my body, this fight response. Did you feel anything like the same? Anything like that?
Yes. Fuck yes. I two words came to mind. It's on. And a lot of people were calling for, well, the feds are calling for violence because no normal patriot would, because we're all saving our energy for November 5th. That I also got that. Okay, it's on. It is so on. So immediately after they read the verdict, I went to donaldjtrump.com and I dropped $100 and I donated at 5:51, I believe it was 5:51 p.m. And here is what I shared yesterday. I want to show you. This is what I was talking about with the prosecutor. So here's the closing arguments right here. This is what I shared. I shared as soon as I found this. I posted about 13 different times. The prosecutor says, you don't have to agree on which crime. Remember, they didn't have to have a unanimous decision on this case either, Zach. When do you know of a court, of a judge, where the jury doesn't have to have a unanimous vote?
Yeah.
That equals a hung jury or a mistrial if they do not. He
Yeah.
put it as a 4-4-4 law. He took all 12 different jurors and broke them up into 3 different sections of 4. So it says this: the judge will tell you all roads lead to former President Donald John Trump. You, the jury, can hold him accountable. Tell that to any TDS have in person. Very soon, it will be time for you to go deliberate and then come back in here and say guilty 34 times. And they did just that. Just that. This is a sham. This was absolutely rigged from the get-go. And it's a shame because you're literally using Lady Justice as a whore to do your evil bidding. They pimped out Lady Justice.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, so I'm just saying I think it's going to backtrack or backfire
Yes.
on the Democrats, because that fight or flight response that I felt, I think everybody across America is feeling that. And I think people are just going to figure out ways that they can contribute or volunteer or do whatever that they can do in their own lives to make sure that man gets elected president.
Yeah, and Michael Colangelo was standing right behind Alvin Bragg too while he was discussing the verdict. Look, there's Michael Colangelo. This is the Biden DOJ, the very man that denied to prosecute Donald Trump on this. Wonder why he's there. And Michael Ferroni, what is his name? Michael Ferroni. Remember that guy? He was caught on January 6th in the Capitol holding a Confederate flag.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there with Robert De Niro the other day too.
I saw that. That is really shady.
Yeah, here's what I did. This is exactly what I did as soon as I heard the verdict. I jumped on over 5:51 p.m. I got the email. So right around 5:45, I donated $100. That's what I could donate with being demonetized and everything. If I wasn't demonetized, Zach, I would be spending $5,000. I would drop $5,000 on him, but I can't.
That's awesome. Good for you.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm not donating to any political candidate because I need to. It's important to me to maintain a non-bias. Yeah, for what I do.
I get it, man. I respect that. I at least, you know what? I respect how you come with that and how truthful you are, because look, man, you have a channel where you do go in on a non-biased perspective. You and I don't agree on everything, as we shouldn't. America needs to get back to that. Hey, listen, you like Trump? Oh, I like Biden. Okay, cool. What are we doing next Saturday? You know what I mean? We need to get that back so bad, but the left does not want that. They are, if you don't agree with me on everything, we are done. Parents getting separated from their children, brother and sister, no longer speaking, best friends since kindergarten, no more friends. It's really ridiculous, Zach.
Yeah. So, since we're kind of talking about this, I just want to say, I still have not endorsed anybody officially for president. So I know you're fully on the MAGA train.
Yep.
Jen. And that's why I like talking to you, because I like to hear your perspective. But, and I got to say, I was so emotional yesterday that I
Yeah.
was almost like, that's it. I'm going to go online and I'm going to endorse Trump, and that's going to be my decision. And then I kind of like stopped myself and said, you know, I need to not make this decision emotionally, because what I do on my channel is, you're right. Like I look at just the facts. I don't want to be biased. I don't want to be Republican or Democrat. And every week I just pick a story and go on just the facts. And I am going to endorse somebody, but what I do is I go through the entire campaign,
The
and
debates and everything.
I keep a list. I keep a list of, this is what this guy's doing. This is what this guy's doing. And I'll tell you what happened yesterday, put a big positive check mark under Trump's name for me. But my whole thing has been, I'm going to wait for the debates. I want to hear what they say in the debates, and then I will come out with an endorsement and make a decision.
You're
And I was
old
like,
school. That's what
yeah.
everybody else used to do. You know
And
that?
I feel like, if you believe in democracy, you have to trust the process. And that's what I want to do. I want to wait for the debates.
Yeah. Well, I love that we are in a we have democracy as our blueprint, but the Constitution is a huge part of America. It is what we are. We are a constitutional republic, and that is not just a piece of paper. It's not just oh well, it is what it is. No, it's our God-given rights. It's our inalienable rights that even the former president of the United States, especially when he was sitting president at this time, he should have been afforded presidential immunity. Now, a lot of people were hoping, like, hey, listen, Trump wins if there's a guilty verdict, not guilty, or a hung jury. He wins either way because it opens the door. Now, will any Republicans have the cojones to start handing out, an attorney general? Will they, a Republican one at that? Will they finally find their balls to go ahead and start prosecuting the Democrats for what they've done? I doubt it. I highly doubt it. I would love to see it, though, because Barack Obama, not only did your chef die in a very mysterious way, the Clintons did in water too, but also the bleached servers, the 33,000 emails, Benghazi, Obama's failed drone strike that killed a kid, the wars and everything. These motherfuckers should be underneath Gitmo. They should be underneath Gitmo. They should. I would love to see Joe Biden, Hunter Biden especially. What the hell? Hunter Biden can crash a whole car full of drugs, and his brother Bo's ID, Secret Service badges, crack pipes, all kinds of shit, and he doesn't even get arrested. Joe Biden in 1989 got Hunter out of a crack possession on the Jersey Shore. He was on the Jersey Shore smoking his dope, and he didn't get a felony. Joe Biden has been getting this asshole out of trouble since the late 80s.
Yeah.
That's why I think that he wrote the drug bill and the crime bill so he could punish Black America, because he was saying, you know what? Fine. If you don't want to quit doing these drugs, whoever's selling them to you, I'm going to get them all. And I think that is what lit the fire under his ass for the 90s crime bill. I honestly do, because he was blaming the drug dealers and not the little druggy son that he had. That's my opinion, as being in that lifestyle. My parents did too. They were coming out, shit, after the dope boy would drop me off, some of my parents would be chasing him away with, So but it's crazy, man. It really is. I firmly believe that they will never be held accountable, because this justice system is a joke anymore.
Yeah. Speaking of Hunter Biden, have you noticed this? Have you noticed that Joe Biden's children are a disaster, and Donald Trump's children are really impressive?
Yes.
Like, all of them. I was at, I mentioned before to you that I went to America Fest, and Donald Trump's son, I forget which one, was there speaking. And he gave this incredible speech that brought down the house.
Probably
I
Don
mean,
Jr. or Eric. They're both good.
Yeah, Donald Trump's kids are so impressive. And when you compare them to like Joe Biden's kids, it just makes you think a little bit about the man that raised them. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying?
My question is, as a mother myself, when Joe was forcing Ashley to shower with him, where was Jill?
Yeah,
People ask me today, you want to vote for a convict? I'm like, first of all, don't talk to me. I've been to prison and I turned my whole life around. So wrong one, motherfucker. But, I feel like this. I would rather vote for a convict that was made a convict because he was running for president again than a pedophile any day. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, you're right. Barron Trump just graduated with honors. He's a good looking kid, man. Head is on his shoulders. Eric Trump, Don Jr., Ivanka, beautiful woman. Oh, but Jared Kushner, what about? What about? They ain't smoking crack. And the only Coke in the White House under Donald Trump was a Diet Coke, not cocaine. Okay.
that's a good point. They never found out who brought the cocaine to the White House.
Of
Isn't that
course
funny
not.
that happens?
Well, you see Joe half the time he's like he doesn't even know where he's walking. And the other half he's like the dude is it could be either Ashley Biden's, Hunter Biden's, or Joe Biden's. That's why we never found out who it was. First of all, if it was a contractor who was working on the West Wing or the West Entrance or something, if it was somebody else, they absolutely would know who it was. Then they blamed Kamala Harris. I wonder how she felt. I don't know how she sleeps at night, knowing that she blamed Joe Biden, called him a racist at the debates, the 2020 debates. You called him a racist. And then you said, sure, I'll be your vice president. But wait, you called him a racist and you're going to, okay. But what really scares me here, if it's between Trump and Biden, Harris again, if they're going to run again, what happens to Trump if Biden Harris gets back in? Guess who will be our president? Camel toe herself. Really? You can run a country? Oh my God.
She can't run anything.
She can run something, and that is notches in somebody else's bedpost is what she can do. This is what Tucker Carlson said yesterday, and this makes so much sense, Zach. He said this: import the third world, become the third world. That's what we just saw. This won't stop Trump. He'll win the election if he's not killed first. But it does mark the end of the fairest justice system in the world. Anyone who defends this verdict is a danger to you and your family. How do you, let's hear your thoughts on that one.
I think that's spot on. While you have Twitter up,
Mm-hmm.
did you see the tweet from Nick Merckx? Do you know who that is?
I don't, let me see. NICKMERKS.
No, NICKMERC.
Oh, Merckx. Oh yeah, Nick Merck. Here he is. I guess I am.
Can you pull that up?
SpaceX.
No.
NICKMERC. He doesn't have that many followers.
No. He's huge.
Let me see.
It's at Nick Merckx. NICKMERCS.
Yeah, phase. Oh. Okay, where's his tweet at? Which one?
From yesterday.
A wise man once said, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
No. I got it up.
Yeah, pull it up and you put it up there. He's a gamer. Trump 2024, he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just
Yeah,
endorsed
so I
Trump.
don't think people so Nick posted this on Twitter,
I got
Trump
it.
2024, and this is I don't think people realize how big this is. So he is one of the top gaming streamers on Twitch and YouTube, and now he's streaming on Kick. This is an influential person, and he's he's in the top 5 gaming streamers in the world, and he doesn't have to do this. He doesn't have to say anything. He's wealthy. He's super successful. Everyone loves this guy. Like, for him yesterday, the verdict comes out, and for this guy to go on Twitter and post an endorsement of Trump,
it's huge.
That's huge. I'm sure he's going to lose endorsement deals over this or whatever, but like, this is a guy who's saying what just happened is so important that I've got to put my stake in the sand.
A lot of people are now coming out and endorsing him. Liberals, a lot of liberals are, a lot of independents are. There's a lot of people that are switching sides because they see that you are installing the third world, and that America had the best justice system. We had Lady Liberty there with a blindfold on, with the scale of justice, and this is such a tragedy. This is
yeah. It's seeing those endorsements starting to roll in from people who've never said anything before. That's
Right.
what's starting to make me think that this was actually going to be good for the Republicans. And I think a lot of people, especially rich and successful people, I think they don't even pay attention that much to politics. That, like, they'll give money to politicians and say, go take care of this. And then they'll go back and they'll go run their business, and they'll pay attention to their family and doing their thing. And they won't really pay that close of attention. I think what just happened got everyone's attention because they just made up a fake crime and convicted Donald Trump and are going to send him to prison.
Yes.
And for every business owner in America just had a whiplash moment when they turned their head to look at, because it caught their attention. And I think, I don't know, I think this has awakened a sleeping beast that has never been awakened before. And when you see these endorsements rolling in, and you mentioned the cash rolling in to the Republicans, like, people are starting to say, like, enough is enough. And people who have never paid attention before are paying attention.
Yeah.
I think they're scared that if this can happen to him, it can happen to any one of us. They made up a crime. They just made up a crime. And Trump is now going to jail.
Yeah. That's scary, because Trump was right about a lot of things, actually, but this one really stuck with me. They're not coming after me. They're coming after you. And I'm just standing in their way. And look, I said to this, to TikTok today, because yes, I have a TikTok. I don't sit all day on there like some people I know, but listen, I said this: no matter if you like the guy or hate the guy, you have to understand something, that one case, all it takes, one case. Now they're going to use New York versus Donald Trump to get anybody and everybody. They could say, well, I don't care if you didn't commit this felony, we're going to charge you anyways. You had too many Trump signs out. You're posting too many Joe Biden memes. Oh wait, you posted a Hillary Clinton meme. You're going to go to prison. This is insane.
Yeah, and I hope that people, this is one of my main takeaways from this whole thing. I hope people are realizing how evil these people are.
Yeah.
And what I think of the most is, so Trump's other case in Florida, where they're trying to get him for the classified documents. He supposedly had these classified documents.
Yeah.
It just recently came out in that court case that the FBI, you remember there's that famous staged photo where the FBI took photographs of the documents laid out on the floor.
They kicked him over.
And it had the top secret, all those pages on the covers of these folders that said top secret, top secret, top secret. It's now come out that the FBI agents took those top secret pages and paper clipped them onto those folders
Yeah.
Those pages that said top secret were not on those folders.
Yeah. Yeah. And
That
Joe
is
Biden ordered
that's
that pallet to go to Mar-a-Lago.
that's framing him.
Yes.
The FBI framed him when those weren't classified. Those
Yeah.
folders were not classified. They paper clipped the top secret thing onto folders that were not classified and then included that photograph in the charging documents to charge him.
Yeah, but Eileen Cannon did him really good and suspended this trial indefinitely. She did. She said, you know what? You're not on my watch. At least we have one judge. And I think they had to do that on purpose because look at Tanya Choikin, Arthur Engeron, Juan Merchant. Look at these Jack Smith, Fani Willis case. Look at all Judge Scott McAfee. Literally, you had a job to do, bro, to be a non-biased, nonpartisan judge. And here you got this woman, your DA that you've been working with since 2015. She had one job to do, and that was to prove her case. And here she hires her boy toy and gives him the most money out of anybody. He's a personal injury lawyer, and you're banging him.
And then takes kickbacks.
Yes. And then keeps her on the case. Oh, you just got to get rid of your boyfriend. What kind of shit is that?
Yeah, but
I knew.
Like I can't believe how evil that is.
They're trying to put
to set somebody up and destroy their life when you know they're innocent.
Yeah, and they
know there's no crime here. They're setting Trump up and trying to destroy his life for what? For their own like political gain or whatever.
Yes.
I mean,
so they can gain total utter control.
Let's
forever.
Let's talk about Steve Bannon really quick because you brought it up, and his case is going to start really soon. They're doing the same thing to him that they're doing to Trump.
Same judge.
And
Judge Juan Merchan.
This is so crazy to me. So this Judge Juan Merchan, can you put his face up again, just so people know who he is?
Yes.
This judge, he's presiding over Donald Trump. He's presiding over Steve Bannon. And he presided over Donald Trump's CFO. Do you remember that? Alan Weisselberg.
Yes. There he is, y'all.
How did the same judge get these 3 Trump cases?
He picked them. That's why.
Yeah, but I just people need to realize that's not how it's supposed to work.
No, because that's a conflict of interest.
When cases come up in the court system, what's supposed to happen is every time a case gets sent to a judge or sent to a courthouse, right? They take it and they're supposed to blindly assign it to different judges based on a series. Like everyone has their turn.
Yes.
And that guarantees that you won't get a biased judge. It's supposed to just go to a random judge. So the fact that this one judge gets all 3 Trump cases out of all the judges out there, that's statistically impossible.
Yep.
I think someone did the math and it was like 15,000 to 1 chance that could happen. If these cases were handed out randomly, how did one judge get all 3 of these cases? There is something crooked going on.
Yeah, this is a rigged system. This is rigged against all of Trump and the co-defendants. And look at Ruby Freeman, who and her daughter was caught on tape scanning those ballots. And Rudy
she
Giuliani
got an award. She got an award.
She was given the award by Biden and her daughter too. And they hit Rudy Giuliani, trying to put him in prison as well. And tell me, why is Steve Bannon going to wait a minute. You're telling me that since he declined the subpoena, you mean to tell me that Hunter Biden can do that and not get charged? So you're saying that we have a 2-tier justice system. They are not even trying to hide it anymore. Zach, they're not. They're doing it right out in the open. Right in front of our faces.
It's scary. It's scary.
Yeah. All right, we're going to kick off here, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to go uncensored. It will be available on my Patreon and also
wolvesandfinance.com if you sign up for a membership. Thank you to everybody for hanging out with us. This was amazing. Thank you, Just Jen, for allowing me to come on your channel. This is my third time, and every time it's been incredible.
so much fun. I love it. I love pairing up with you. I think it's so great. I just love it. I think that we mesh together so well and our conversation just flows. And I know you're non-biased, but I do know at the end of the debates, at the end of once it's all said and done, you're going to have the best decision based off of what you believe. And I trust whatever decision you make. You may not pick Trump, and I'm okay with that. I really am. But I hope and pray that everybody out there that does support Donald Trump, you get your asses to them polls. Do not act a fool. Save your energy, okay? That's what they want. They want Trump supporters to go out there and start rioting and looting, but that ain't us, is it now? The left can do that, but we can't. You can't even buy a flag from Walgreens and go and send your granny there, or else she's going to be locked up in prison. So you guys make sure you save your energy, because why? Revenge, it is a dish best served cold. So save your energy. Go register to vote. Make sure you sign your friends up. Take a block party with you, and make sure you vote on November 5th. This is how we take America back. All right, Zach, you ready to kick off here?
I'm ready to go.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you later. Make sure you hit the like button on your way out if you haven't. Love you guys. Bye. All right. I got